Welcome to the Transaction Details GUS application page presented by USDA's Single Family Housing Guaranteed Loan Program. The training objectives will review each section of the GUS Transaction Details application page, which includes details of transaction, other credits, declarations, information for government monitoring purposes, and loan origination information. The first section of this application page is details of transaction. The data fields that are available for the user to access will be determined by the transaction type: purchase, which includes existing dwellings, new construction and combination construction and permanent loans, including single close, or refinance. USDA may only refinance Section 502 direct or guaranteed loans. This slide shows an example of a purchase transaction. New construction transactions must be entered as a purchase in GUS. The user should complete the applicable data fields, which may include the purchase price, enter the contract purchase price for the dwelling. That is under A. B. Alterations, improvements, repairs. Please complete this data field to reflect any amounts for this purpose, whether they are financed or not. This will ensure the GUS Underwriting Findings Report reflects the applicable requirements that must be met to ensure the dwelling is complete. C. Land, if acquired separately. The cost of a lot or the balance of a current lot loan may be included as an eligible loan purpose. E. Estimated prepaid items. F. Estimated closing costs. G. Funding fee, guaranteed fee. GUS will calculate the correct upfront guarantee fee based on the total loan amount the user has entered on the loan terms application page. This data field cannot be edited. H. Discount, if the borrower will pay. Enter the amount of discount points paid by the borrower, if applicable. I. Total costs. GUS will tally the total costs of items A through H as indicated. This data field cannot be edited. J. Subordinate financing. Enter the amount of additional financing sources, if applicable. Guaranteed loans do not have a maximum combined loan-to-value, or CLTV. Therefore, subordinate financing may be entered. The loan note guarantee will only be eligible up to the maximum loan amount under 7 CFR 3555.103. K is borrower's closing costs paid by the seller. L is other credits, sum of other credits below. When the other credits section is completed for earnest money, lender credits, etc., those amounts will be included in this section. The data field cannot be edited from this portion of the application page. M is for loan amount, exclude funding fee, guarantee fee financed. GUS will tally the total loan amount without any portion of the upfront guarantee fee. This data field cannot be edited. N is funding fee, guarantee fee financed. The user must enter any portion of the upfront guarantee fee that will be financed into the loan. If the entire fee will be financed, the amount on line G must be entered here. Borrowers may finance the entire fee, finance a portion of the fee, or finance no part of the fee. O is for loan amount. GUS will tally the loan amount plus any portion of the upfront guarantee fee that will be financed. This data field cannot be edited. And P, cash from or to the borrower. GUS will calculate the total loan amount, other credits, subordinate financing, and seller-paid costs to determine if the borrower must bring cash to closing or if they will receive cash back at closing. When money is due from the borrower at loan closing, GUS will delete this amount from cash reserves. Money due to the borrower at loan closing must coincide with the amount of money from their own funds that the applicant has contributed to the loan transaction. Money returned to the borrower must also be for eligible loan purposes, as indicated in 3555.101B. This slide shows an example of available data fields for a refinance, which include D, the refinance amount. Enter the balance of the loan that will be refinanced. E, estimated prepaid items. F, estimated closing costs. G, funding fee. H, discount, if the borrower will pay. I, total costs. Again, add items A through H. J, subordinate financing. And K, borrower's closing costs paid by the seller. Both data fields are likely not applicable to a refinance transaction, but they are accessible. L is other credits. M is the loan amount. N is the funding fee that will be financed. Be sure to enter the amount that will be financed into the loan. O is loan amount, and P, cash to or from the borrower. Again, the borrower can only receive cash back in the amount that represents their own funds that are invested in the transaction. USDA refinance transactions are not cash out opportunities for debt reduction, money out for repairs, etc. Cash back at loan closing on a refinance is typically very low and is the result typically of final escrow calculations and adjustments. This slide displays an example of a new construction loan. Notice the land value may be entered. This would be either the cost of the lot or the remaining balance of an existing lot loan. Users may not enter the original purchase price of the lot or land in an effort to give the borrower back cash at loan closing. Example, the borrower purchased the land for $35,000 and currently owes $25,000 on the loan. The user may not attempt to finance the original purchase amount in order to give the borrower back any equity they may have in the property at loan closing. The Other Credits section includes a red message. To prevent duplicate entry of funds, do not enter interested party contributions in both assets and other credits. If the user has already entered earnest money in the Assets section on the Assets and Liabilities application page, they should not enter it in this section as well. GUS will read the application data entries on both pages, and this will result in the cash from or to borrower section and the reserves calculation to be an error. Because the asset entries would be inflated, these data entry errors would render a GUS underwriting recommendation invalid. Users must enter the following: description of other credits. Select the appropriate credit from the drop-down box. Amount. Enter the amount of the credit. And describe source. This is a free text data field where the user can enter information to clarify the credit to the underwriter and USDA. If additional data fields are required for data entry, the user may select Insert More Other Credits Information. Declarations are next. GUS captures the same 14 declarations that are listed on the Uniform Residential Loan application. There is a red message under this section that states, answer the questions below for the borrower and co-borrowers, if any. If you answer yes to any of the questions A through I, please provide an explanation in the space provided. The user must select a response for each declaration. This slide displays A through F. In this example, declaration B was responded to as yes. When the response is yes for one or more of the applicants, the If Yes explanation data field will be activated and must be completed. In this example, there was a bankruptcy in the last 7 years. The entered explanation by the user is discharged 2 of 2012 medical. This note will relay to the underwriter and to USDA that the bankruptcy was due to medical issues, and it was discharged in February of 2012. This will allow a reviewer to quickly understand the cause and affected date. This is a good example of a note that informs and directly responds to risks. This screen shows declarations G through K. When an applicant is not a U.S. citizen, the user must secure documentation to evidence they are in the United States legally and permanently. This screen shows declarations L and M. The Information for Government Monitoring Purpose section will capture important applicant details to meet the reporting requirements of the Equal Credit Opportunity, Fair Housing, and the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act, also known as HMDA. There is a red message. If borrower does not wish to furnish race and ethnicity data, lender is required to complete based on visual observation. Users must complete the following data fields. Check the box beside the applicant if they do not wish to furnish the information. Race, select race from the options displayed. Ethnicity, select Hispanic/Latino or non-Hispanic/Latino. Gender, select male or female. And date application signed. Entered the applicable date. A calendar icon is available to assist in data entry. The Loan Originator Information section will capture information regarding who took the loan application. The following information is recorded when the originator is not a third-party originator or TPO. Application taken by, you can select face-to-face, email, mail, or internet. Interview date, enter the date of the loan application interview. A calendar icon is available to assist. Did a third party originate this loan? Select yes or no. When this selection is made, the data fields on this application page will adjust to capture additional information if applicable. Lender ID. The data field will capture the lender tax ID associated with the user's e-authentication ID. This data field cannot be edited. USDA assigned branch number. The branch number associated with the user's eAuth ID will display. If the user is eligible to select an alternate branch number, they may select the branch list option. All branch numbers assigned to their ID will display, and they may select an alternate branch. Originator name, enter the name. Originator NMLS identifier, enter the Nationwide Mortgage License System identification number of the originator. Enter the originator's phone number. The company name associated with the user's eAuth ID will also display. The company NMLS identifier, please enter the company's number and company address. The address of the company associated with the user's eAuth ID will display. On this slide, a TPO did originate the loan. Therefore, additional data fields are active for the user to complete as applicable. Again, as a reminder, do not enter any special characters in the company name or company address data fields, or for any data fields throughout GUS for that matter. Please sign up for GovDelivery messages. USDA sends out origination, including GUS and servicing messages, to alert lenders of new publications, clarifications, and additional program updates. Thank you for supporting the USDA Single Family Housing Guaranteed Loan Program. We appreciate the opportunity to help you serve more rural home buyers. This will conclude the training module. Thank you and have a great day.